everybody. My name is Jim Shaw, publisher of the Lexington Times. I'm here with Justine Wertan and my new co-host.
Hello. Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome to a soggy Patriots Day parade. I'm excited. I'll tell you, I'm excited not just to be here, but I'm excited for the people who took time to come out and come onto the streets. And I know that we're going to be here. I think we've got a large audience at home this year.
I know.
Just I can tell from the street, because they got to be somewhere. So we welcome you all to the annual Patriots Day parade here in Lexington. I think we're in for a treat. We lost a couple of units so far, but I'm not entirely sure which ones those are yet. They're going to let us know. So how are you feeling? You ready up for another parade this year?
I am so excited. This is my second year, everyone, co-hosting the parade, and I had such a great time last year, and I'm really looking forward to this year. Last year was really special with Jim being the recipient of the Tricorn Hat Award, and so we got to celebrate together this year, and so this is our first year officially doing the entire show together. But we also have they're
telling me I should hold the hat up.
Wonderful.
There we go.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
We're wishing you could wear it today.
I could, but it doesn't work with the microphone. So
no.
Anyway, but another time perhaps.
Yes.
So, but thank you for mentioning that.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, It was such an honor, and it was a great year last year, and you know.
And my brother, it was so nice that my brother could stand in. My brother Chuck, who has been the voice of the Lexington Minutemen for 23 years, he's no stranger to a microphone. He was able to sort of sit in and fill in for the start of the parade, which we were very fortunate.
He did an amazing job, and it was really, again, so wonderful to be here with your family and celebrate. So.
We have Chuck with us again this year. He did such a great job. I know we're going to go to Chuck's got our person on the street. He'll be talking with some folks from time to time. We're going to go to Chuck actually right now. Chuck, are you there?
Jim, Justine, thanks for having me back again this year. Rain or shine, what a glorious morning, afternoon for America, the birthplace of American liberty. I'm so happy to be back this year. Like I said, rain or shine, we're trying something new this year, putting the camera on the street along the parade route. We have the grandstand right across from us. And throughout the parade, I'm going to grab some people up and I'm going to interview them to see if this is their first time, second time, how long they've been coming to the parade, if they like it, if they came to the reenactment this morning, and get their thoughts about it.
Excellent. Well, I think there'll be a lot of new people that you can speak with. So, and by the way, the folks that have taken the time to come out, I know the streets look a little bare, but, Chuck, I can count on you, I know, to find some people to say some great things about the parade because, we've lost a couple of units, but we're really going to have a good program today, no matter what. We've got some of the award winners. Bob Burbage, the white tricorn hat winner, is going to be coming down the avenue in the parade, along with Fran Ludwig, who was the recipient of this year's Minuteman Kane Award. So we've got a lot of the town dignitaries. So there's a lot to look forward to. In fact, Paul Revere already had ridden by. He rode by already. So anyway, Chuck, we're looking forward to working with you, buddy.
And, I think it's nice to see the streets are starting to fill up right now. There's been a little break in the weather, so maybe we'll get lucky.
I think so. And the parade, by the way, starts all the way down in East Lexington, so it takes a little while. And I think people who come to the center know that they don't have to be here right at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the streets are beginning to fill up, and that's exciting. I don't know, not that it's clearing up, but it looks a little brighter.
It looks brighter. The rain's stopped right now. We've got street vendors out there. And lots of little kids. I think it's going to be a fun afternoon. Yeah.
So hang on one second. I'm going to close out on that. Anyway, but we had a great group of folks on the green today. We had the reenactment was really wonderful. We had people say, did we win this year? No, we didn't win this year. But at any rate, it was almost like reenactment weather. It was a little misty, kind of raw, but it really went off. And I'll tell you, the Lexington Minutemen Company and the 10th Regiment of Foot, they do such a great job doing that year after year. They've been doing it again nearly 50 years. Actually, I think next year will be their 50th year.
Oh, really?
Having started up again. They did it before that, but they started doing it just a couple years before the bicentennial. and it's been going every year since then. So it's, I think they started in 1974.
So then, do you think they'll plan a special celebration around next year's?
Oh yeah, well
reenactment?
it won't be next year. The big one is the 250th, which is 2025.
Okay.
So we'll be doing a lot. I'm sure they'll be doing a lot there. So while we talk by the way they're giving us some shots on Mass Avenue, some of the folks you see working, the public safety people, they're out today in force. We should say thank you to the DPW. If you're looking through the stands that they put up, they helped us with our risers. They do so much, and these are the unsung heroes of the parade. The Department of Public Works, the Lexington Fire Department, the Lexington Police Department. This is one of their busiest days of the year. This is like an all hands on deck for the Lexington Police.
It really is, and it's so well run. It's such a family friendly, fun day, and it's such a success. And we're very appreciative of the police department and the fire department and the DPW and everyone that puts in effort to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of fun, and we're doing something different this year. Usually at this point in the parade, we cut away and we bring some video up of something that had happened either last year or earlier in the day. But this year we decided to just talk a little bit back and forth and get some of this footage of people sitting there on the risers and in preparation of the parade. Soon enough, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be seeing the dances from the dance in. And every year, that signifies the start of the parade. They've been doing that for as far back as I can remember.
I know.
Thelma Goldberg and the dancers from Dance In. Thelma's been doing this, I want to say, 40 years or longer. She's a town treasure. She really is.
She really is. And I remember it's my children's just favorite part of coming down to the parade and seeing their friends and perform. And it's just just such a great way to kick off the parade. I also love this, views of the center, so it gives everyone at home a chance to feel like they're really here and they see what's happening.
Yeah, no, we have the camera. We can look right down at the Minutemen statue. Look at that. I mean, it's just I'll tell you, the team here at LexMedia has really they up their game year after year after year. It gets better and better. And I'm talking about not that we're here doing it, but no, the folks here, the people behind the cameras, the people who are the technical folks who are putting this all together, the directors, the floor people. There's a team of about a dozen people putting this on. We just sit here and we talk back and forth.
Right.
But these folks do a great job at capturing what really is going on out there, and those cameras, particularly the one that goes up over the Mass Avenue, and you can look straight down the avenue. I love that. It gives a great shot. You can actually see the parade coming, and this one here, this shot here, not only can you see what's there, but you can also see what's down the avenue, and so it gives you a nice long shot of what's coming in the parade. And then we have the camera down with Chuck on the street too this year, so that's going to be something new.
I think that's going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. And Chuck's, I don't care what people say about him. I think he's a good guy.
Chuck is a local favorite.
Yes, he really is.
Yes, and he's well known with all of his years calling the Lexington High School football games and being a town
Mr.
volunteer.
America. I'm surprised he didn't wear it. By the way, I have to point out, I love your outfit.
Thank
While
you.
we're sitting here, this is absolutely amazing. What a nice touch.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
With the weather today, I needed to bring a little sparkle into the.
You did. And by the way, while we're sitting here, I think you have to do a shout out to the kids.
Oh, yes. I wanted to say hi to my kids at home watching, Riley, Jack, and Ava. I know they're super excited to see their mom in a sparkling jacket. But
thank you, kids, for sharing your mom with us right now, for the parade, because she does a great job. And couldn't do this without you. So
thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Well, I think that my children and a lot of kids in town really appreciate it when their parents volunteer. As much as it takes a little time away from home, it really helps them feel connected in their local community. And
Yeah.
You know, they get
Well,
to
what a
meet
nice
more.
way to make a pitch to all, so many organizations in town, even LexMedia.
It's-
We have a volunteer board of
Yeah.
directors. Most everybody that works with us are volunteers. And then there are so many organizations around the community that depend on volunteers. Fish drivers, the folks who will take the elderly to medical appointments and other things. I mean, if you really stop to think about it, there are so many organizations that really need help, and this is a good way to let people know they should step up.
Yes, it is. It's so important,
Yeah.
whether it's community events, whether it's in the local schools. I was on the board of the PTA at the Bridge Elementary School back in the day, and it was so fun. It was fulfilling, and I think if you're a newcomer to Lexington, it's just a great way to get involved and meet people. And
I think so.
and
Well, speaking of
started.
volunteers, the volunteer Lexington's Town Celebrations Committee, they're the folks charged with the responsibility of sort of organizing the parade. And what a lot of people don't know is they started organizing this parade the day after the parade. So tomorrow they go to work with getting ready for next year's parade. It's not like they take a lot of time down because they've got to start reaching out to all of the different organizations and the units that come in the parade. There's just a lot of planning. So we tip our hat to the whole organization, the Town Celebrations Committee. They really do a great job, and it's not just the Patriots Day parade. They're there for Veterans Day. They're there for Memorial Day. All of these major events in town that they're behind. So.
And then, while we're talking about major events, I'm going to give a plug to Discovery Day. That's coming up soon, Memorial Day weekend,
It sure
correct?
is.
Yes.
Yep, the
So-
Saturday on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
I know the Lexington Retailers Association have been working very hard on that. We've got a musical lineup for the main stage. We're going to have a second stage this year, showcasing a lot of the younger talent in Lexington. So that'll be a fun event. Hopefully it'll be dry and sunny.
I know. Well,
we'll see.
we did. I think last year we had to cancel and postpone it to the fall, and
We did.
at least there is a nice solution if that happens. But I
Yeah.
hope we have a sunny day this year.
And I think that was the second time I think we had it in October. But-
along the lines of, 'cause since we're just saying thank you to volunteers, I just think that's another thing about the community. For kids, we have so many ways for them to volunteer, and high school students, they've got a 40-hour requirement for volunteer hours, and so we've got so many areas in the community where they can, learn, get their community service hours in, but also, start thinking about what they want to do with their careers as they get older.
Right. And we had a couple of, I don't have the names here, but the names of the youth awards. I mean, the winner of the the Pat Flynn Youth Award.
Yes.
So,
I know. It's exciting. And I think even with LexMedia, you have some children that either volunteer or there's students that are involved in the LexMedia programs, and all goes into making events like today work and be successful. So,
yep.
looking at, I see the streets filling up.
Yep. They look like they're filling up.
Yeah.
And we're waiting on a couple of things. I guess Paul Revere is supposed to be coming down.
Oh, okay. You wanna see how Chuck's doing on the street right now, or
Yeah, let's see if we can get him up here on the.
yeah?
Nope.
What I did want to mention, which is kind of fun. I don't know. So I'm the sales manager of the William Ravis office
Yes.
in Lexington, which is right down the street, and we've got right front row. So my entire office is sitting there watching live the street, and they've also got our LexMedia show on the cameras. So
Oh,
shout
really?
out to all my peeps at Ravis Lexington, Caroline, Lisa, and crew there. So thanks for your support today. And all the businesses that are celebrating
Oh yeah.
today.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go to Chuck, who's on the street. Take a second and see if Chuck's out there. Chuck, are you with me?
I'm right here. How are you, folks?
Doing great.
So
what are you seeing down there, Chuck?
Well, we've got, I'm looking down the Ave. I don't see anything coming up yet, but I am seeing the streets starting to get filled in down there. So it's actually starting to fill up down in the Center Avenue area.
All right. So, who's down there? What are you seeing, Chuck? Are you seeing you got any young folks down there we can say hi to?
Not in front of me. I got a group of kids from across the street, a bunch of hockey fans that are all here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get them over here if we got a minute. If we have a minute, I'll call them over and ask them their names.
Yeah, quickly get them over there.
Hey, hockey guys.
All right. We're going to go back to Chuck in just a second. He's got a couple of kids he's going to interview and just introduce us to. But, as the streets are beginning to fill up. And then after this, we're going to go to the midnight ride.
Come on in. Where are you guys from?
Oh, here we go. All right, Chuck. We're live with Chuck now.
Massachusetts.
Here we go. We got some guys from Lexington, Massachusetts that look like they're representing the USA hockey team. What are your names?
Connor, Noah, Mason,
Graham, and you all from Lexington?
Yes.
Do you play hockey for LBH?
Yes.
What team are you on?
Squirt 2.
Squirt 2, perfect. So, are you excited for the parade today?
Yes.
Did you go to the reenactment this morning?
No, I was
No?
lazy.
You're just here for the parade?
Yeah.
Perfect. What's your best part of the parade?
I like when there's lots of cool motorized vehicles doing tricks. I remember something like that last year.
That's the Aleppo crew. They're a great crew. What about you?
Mine's the starting gunfire.
Oh, nice. And you guys?
Probably also the starting.
The starting of it? And how about you? Come on over here. What's your name? Graham. What? Are you excited for today? Yeah. What do you want to see today?
I like to see the music.
You want to see the music? That's perfect. All right. I think I hear them coming up the street. I can't thank you guys enough. Enjoy the parade.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, Noah.
So, and I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it back to Jim and Justine.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. We appreciate it very much. We're going to go to some video of the midnight ride of Paul Revere that we took last night as we're waiting for the parade to start. So I think, are we going to be going to that? All right. Well, thank you. Here we go.
Hello. I'm Paul Revere. Perhaps you think of me as younger and hardier, but that was so long ago. April of 1775, when I galloped up to this very house to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams that the redcoats were out. Well, I've aged much since that day. And a friend of mine has asked me to write about that ride while I still remember it, so that others might know the real story. I hope you don't mind if I read a bit of what I've written. You might be surprised at some of the details. In the fall of 1774 and winter of 1775, I was one of 30 who formed ourselves into a committee for the purpose of watching the movements of the British soldiers. The Saturday night preceding the 19th of April, about 12 o'clock at night, the boats belonging to the British transports were all launched and carried under the sterns of the men of war. We likewise found that the grenadiers and light infantry were all taken off duty. From these movements, we expected something serious was to be transacted. Galloping up the road with a warning that would start a revolution. Right there. Oh. To the right. Face.
Gentlemen, you all know your assigned duties. Take up your assigned posts. to the governor's cronies. The situation in Boston, it's become alarming. Much too much turmoil. Samuel, do you think anything will happen tonight?
I fear the pot is about to boil over. Conditions are worsening, and every town is filled with distressed citizens who fled in terror from Boston.
I do. The regulars are out, hundreds of them, and fully equipped. They were rowed across the river to Cambridge. We believe they're on their way to Concord and our military stores. I left Charlestown shortly after 11 p.m. this evening, and have been riding hard ever since. I've already alerted the Sons of Liberty in both Medford and Menominee, and Dr. Warren has dispatched William Dawes to Roxbury and Cambridge. He should be here any time now.
Samuel, what do you make of this?
We must respond. The eyes of the people will be upon us. The liberties of our country are worth defending against all hazards, and it's our duty to defend them against all attacks. What a glorious morning this may prove to be.
Gentlemen, I beseech you, what is the occasion for this clamor? You've awakened my family, and Mrs. Clark is most dreadfully anxious.
Sir, it is just as we feared. The regulars are out. Apparently,
Convey any further warnings?
Indeed, he has. He instructed us to warn Colonel Barrett and the militia and the powder stores in Concord. It's an important warning. General Gage and the regulars have been much improved in their planning since their disastrous foray in Salem mere months ago. We need to hasten to Concord to alert them so they have plenty of forewarning.
Well, know that the good wishes of the country go with you. Your fealty to the cause, your devotion, are being lauded by many this night.
Paul, I think it would be best if you and I forged together to conquer.
Agreed.
Let's be away.
in this hour, words can do no more, and actions must speak the loudest.
True enough. We suffer tamely of lawless attack on our liberty. We encourage it.
Which is why I have retrieved my pistol. I intend to join the militia on the common and stand against these villains.
John, your spirit is commendable, but prudence must prevail now. It is best that you both seek safety elsewhere.
When I think of the men of Lexington, many of them miserably armed, standing against those noxious vermin, I cannot conceive of being anywhere else. The front line where any patriot must be.
We cannot make events, John. Our business is to improve them as best we can. Blood may well be shed before the sun rises, although it is very important that we do not be seen as provoking it. Of course, you desire to be in the thick of it, but you and I belong to the cabinet. If John Hancock, president of the provincial Congress, is butchered on the common or delivered into the hands of the hangman, it does nothing to serve the cause of liberty.
I'll return to Buckman Tavern and await word. Yes, Captain Parker. Militia, form up. On the double. 2 ranks. On the double, men. Form up. Form up.
Whatever happens in the morning, John, our fight is just beginning. We must awaken the spirit of the people, persevere until their rights and liberties are firmly established.
Samuel, I have the utmost confidence that this noble struggle for liberty will conclude gloriously for America.
Come on. To the right. Hey. To the front.
The parade has begun.
Here we go. Right, the Thelma Goldberg and the dance in. Here we come. That always signifies the beginning of the parade.
Yes, happy Patriots Day.
So glad to see them, and they'll be featured at at Discovery Day as well this year, as they always are.
Look at them.
The dance-in began the annual tradition
So,
of leading up the Patriots parade in 2002.
So we're watching the dance in here. I don't want to say the girls, but they're girls and boys. So it's a mix, but they do such a tremendous job. And Thelma, who you see her right there with the red scarf, leading her troop. She's marvelous, and she really instills confidence in some of these young folks. When they come to her, and they learn so much about themselves, not just skills as dancing, but they're doing.
And look at that. They're, on the fly doing Singing in the Rain.
How appropriate.
I know.
That's the thing about Thelma. She knows how to do a show.
Yeah.
She actually did a major production of Singing in the Rain just a couple of years ago. So it fits for her.
And all the girls with their smiles on their faces, boys and girls. Love their yellow slickers.
Mm-hmm. You can see they're all different ages, too, so.
And I know that they're, the kids that get involved with the dance-in are so passionate that they can take those skills on, and so many I've seen have gone off to college and joined dance clubs or
the batons with the cheerleaders and all kinds of competition.
Uh-huh.
Now, they're usually quite a bit ahead of the parade, so I'm not sure. We haven't had a shot down the avenue, so I'm not sure. After the dance-in, we'll see a police cruiser from the Lexington Police Department, and then the Spirit of 76. So we're going to go to Chuck too. Let me get him on, because Chuck's down on the street, and he's got a bird's eye view of what's going on down there.
I think everyone's really loving their performance. I hear the crowd.
All right, Chuck, we're with you. Can you hear us?
I am back, and I have two special guests with me today. I have the grandchildren of past White Tricon Hat recipient winners, Peter and Bev Kelly. I have Charlie, and I have Nash. Hi, guys. Come on over here. Take that mic for a minute. Talk to these guys and tell them how long you've been coming to the parade.
We've been coming pretty much our whole lives, and this seeing how many advertisements are from tiny trucks to
the dancers. Great. And are you proud of your grandparents?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a big part of the community, aren't they?
And our mom is in the Lex Fund. She's just about to retire now.
That's great. That's great. So what do you like best? Like, what are your grandparents? What are you happy? Now, one of you said he was the Grand Marshal last year?
Yeah, they were the Grand Marshals last year.
Okay.
So
they're in the parade. That's awesome. What are you looking forward to this year?
I really like the drift carts a lot. Yeah, I like the drift carts.
You like the drift cars too? That's the second vote out of 2 interviews for the drift cars. All right, well, listen, I can't thank you guys enough. Tell your grandparents we said hi and enjoy the parade.
Hip-hop and ballet.
Jim, Justine, back to you.
Classes for those with special needs.
There's Chuck having fun down on the street with Peter and Bev Kelly's grandchildren. It's always good to see them. Didn't Thelma's dancers do really well?
Oh, they did a great job. And if you were listening, you could hear Thelma just announce, all the different programs that they have for people interested in dance.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't know, Jim, if it was your idea to have Chuck on the street, but what a great element to today's parade.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think it's working out pretty well.
I do too, especially on a rainy day like this. For everyone's getting to see what it's really like down there, and
yeah. I think people are having fun. I mean, look at, despite the rain, we all, this is a parade, and people, they're gonna get through it.
Yes.
For years and years we've done this. I think we've only canceled the parade a couple of times in all the years they've been doing it. So, we're as they say, hardy people, hardy stock, right?
I think and I think Patriots Day for me is one of my favorite holidays, Probably just being from Massachusetts, but I think a lot of people feel that way. So, just seeing everyone who's out here in this weather is just a kind of a testament to how they enjoy the parade and just the history of the town and being a part of it all.
Yep, and then down the street we have, you can see as that long shot down the avenue, the police cruiser is coming around the corner, and they're leading the parade. So right behind the police cruiser we'll see the Spirit of 76. They'll have the flag. There'll be a drummer and a fifer, and that's always been this. They've always been at the head of the parade. And right behind them, we have the Minutemen, the Lexington Minutemen Company, and the 10th Regiment of Foot. Of course, we said it a little while ago, but they put on an extraordinary performance this morning. And it just keeps getting better and better as they really strive to, be historically accurate. You know what they did in January, the Lexington Minutemen Company?
No.
They made me an honorary life member.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was so excited about that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. It's been an extraordinary, after receiving, I don't call it winning, after being selected to receive the white tricorn hat last year. On top of that, being asked, being given the honor of being an honorary lifetime member of the Minutemen Company, just, they're such an extraordinary organization, and I was blown away by it. But they do such great things, and a lot of people don't know. I mean, the historical accuracy for what they do. Each member of the Lexington Minutemen Company portrays somebody who actually was on the green or present that day. And they do it in a way that they research the role, they research everything. So it's not like just made up.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's really something to see. It's something that everyone should try to do at least once in their lifetime is go to the reenactment. But
I think so. And they had thousands of people this morning. The green was completely surrounded, except for the Harrington Road area that they close off. But there were people, and they were standing. They must have been 6 to 7 back, all the way around the green. There were thousands and thousands of people.
Well, congratulations on having them, make you an honorary member. I think that's such a tribute to everything that you've done.
Yeah,
for the town and to cover, the reenactment and the Patriots Day parade and. So,
well, thank you.
I think you
I enjoy it.
Oh.
Okay, we're going to go to Chuck in a couple of minutes, so really soon. He's got the Lexington Police Chief stop by. He's going to say hello. It's so nice to be able to have this on the street. We're going to him actually right now. Chuck, I don't know if you can hear me.
And here we are. We're back on the streets. I'm joined today by Chief McLean of the Lexington Police Department. Chief, welcome to the parade. I can't thank you enough for putting on a great show.
No, well, thank you for having me. And as you well know, it's a great day for the community, and it's a great day year after year, and we're really happy to be able to, even though a little bit of rain here, to have the outdoor festivities happen again.
It is, and we can't thank you. I mean, all morning long we've seen the men and women in blue just like the crowd control, even this morning. What a great job they always do.
Well, we appreciate it, and we also know that the biggest thing about this day is we want to make sure that everybody has a good time and make sure that we create a safe environment so everyone can have a good time. So, it's a little bit of a split where we try to be to a place where we're not intrusive on the crowd, but just making sure that everybody is having fun, but in a respectful way for all the family and children that are here.
That's great. And this is your second year as chief?
This is my second Patriots Day as the Chief of Police, yes. Right. It's an exciting situation. I know a little bit different role. This would be my 27th Patriots Day, so I've done everything from working some street posts and traffic posts and crowd control. So now I try to get out and see everybody in the different groups in town. So everybody's been great to me.
That's great. And a lot of feedback we're getting this year is the cruiser with the autism logos on it.
Yeah, that's something that we started doing last year, and we started off with autism awareness, and as I'm sure many of you know, but that program has gone to autism acceptance, so with the infinity symbol, so we're able to get a really good deal on wrapping the cruiser, so we're going to keep it on for at least the month of April with this autism awareness, and hopefully it brings some awareness to the town and some groups that need the support from all of us.
That's perfect. Chief, once again, thank you for another glorious day here in Lexington, and congratulations, and thank you for keeping us safe.
Thank you. We'll see you next year.
You got it. Thanks, Chief. Jim, Justine, back to you. Once again, the Chief of Police, Chief McLean.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Chuck. Appreciate that. You're doing a great job, Chuck. I think we're going to keep you.
It's
Anyway,
definitely a great addition to the parade this year.
Well, the chief, we've been very fortunate to have, in Lexington, have some great chiefs of police, and Mike is one of the best, he, along with his command staff, they do such a tremendous job. We think it's an easy job. It's not an easy job, because they see the dark underbelly, and even a community as lovely as Lexington, their job is not easy. And I tip my hat to all of the men and women who are, in public safety. And Mike does a great job running that organization. So we're looking at looks at the start of the parade. We've got the Spirit of 76. And we're looking at some police cruisers too that are coming through, the Lexington police cruisers, and then behind that we'll see the Lexington Minutemen company coming through.
And the Lexington Minutemen this year are under the command of Mr. James Lee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Captain Commanding James Lee is he's a really great guy. I've gotten to know him very well over the last year or so,
Yeah.
and. His wife is also the chair of the Lexington Historical Society. Yeah, so I guess
Yes.
history is a part of their family,
Yes.
Sitting down to dinner must be very interesting.
I've got several friends on the historic committee, and they just love being a part of it. Sorry, I'm torn looking at the parade right now. It's just...
Yep. There we go. So we're looking at. I'm not sure what the white buggy is, but they're there and they look great. And it looks like we've got the Lexington Police Honor Guard too, right behind them. And this unit is sponsored by Pro Medical, and I want to point out from time to time we'll be saying that because without the support of these organizations, we're looking at the Autism Acceptance Vehicle, the thing that the chief was just talking about. They've really made a commitment to that. But I want to point out that the sponsors of the parade, these folks, you'll see their names on the banners. Without them and without their support, we couldn't do it. So we have now we're looking at here is the Lexington Minutemen Company, and they're headed by Captain James Lee, and they're a Digital Federal Credit Union sponsors this unit.
And I agree, Jim. It is such a wonderful thing. We've got companies and family and people to sponsor these acts in the parade. Again, it all goes back to the community.
Yep, and I think once again, LexMedia is doing a great job of catching this at every angle.
Yes.
Up from the air and down on the ground. I almost want to sit back and just watch it. I'm forgetting I've got a microphone here with you.
That's okay. I think everyone's enjoing now that the parade started.
And you can see that the streets have filled in a little bit, which is exciting. But I guess that's why it makes it more important that we're here. People who are maybe it's a little too cold for them to come out, and here we are bringing it to them. I mean, it's another service that LexMedia provides, and we're honored and pleased to do it. Here we go.
Here we go. There's the Lexington Minutemen.
Yep, these are older members of the Lexington Minutemen Company, former captains, commandings, and I recognize a few faces there. See Charlie Price is right up front there, and I think Bill Mix is in there, and some old friends of ours.
I am so happy that the weather has held out so we could have this today.
Yep. Well, in here we've got Kopi and Sears Dentistry. They're sponsoring the 10th Regiment of Foot. Now, Mr. Kopi, who I think is semi-retired now, his daughter runs the practice now, and he was a member of the 10th Regiment for years. He still very well may be a member of the 10th Regiment.
Oh, wow.
But this group is an extraordinary group of people. Paul O'Shaughnessy has been associated with this organization for years. I know that they kind of changed roles, but for years he portrayed Major Pitcairn. And I'm not sure if that's him in the front. Well, somebody just fired a volley. Yeah. So anyway, this is the group. The 10th Regiment of Foot is the group that came on to the green and confronted the the Lexington militia in 1775.
The first shot heard around the world.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to own that one.
Yes.
I'm going to make it a personal campaign. And the next is I think the Brookhaven has sponsored this unit. And I'm not sure if this is which regiment this is, the 4th Regiment of Foot. Oh, 1st Regiment of Foot. There's so many different regiments, but the 1st Regiment of Foot was sponsored by Brookhaven of Lexington. And I think we're looking at the William Diamond Juniors. It says once again, Pro Medical is a supporter of this.
You know, in the William Diamond Jr. Fife and Drum travels all over the world, performing and meeting with junior musicians everywhere they travel.
Mm-hmm. I always enjoy listening to them. I wonder what they call it, the way they step forward. I mean, I don't know if there's a particular cadence or something. But these are a group of kids that work all year round. And they do a lot of events, but they're always rehearsing, and we're really lucky to have them.
I'm always so proud of kids when they get involved like this.
Now, this says that we're supposed to be looking at Pat the Patriot Pat, and I knew that I saw him here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
Did you? I didn't see him. Okay.
He was around the center a little while ago, but I don't know if he's still going to come. But he's supposed to be in this section along with the Lexington and Police and Lexington Fire Department's Honor Guards. Right here, we're looking at the Lexington Police Honor Guard. And these, I think, are the kids that are in the, I forgot what the name of the organization is that works with them. It's a youth organization that they train. And actually now we're looking at the local dignitaries, the members of the Board of Selectmen, Jill Hay, Douglas Sente, Joe Pato, Susie Barry.
You know, Jim, it was actually the Lexington Police Explorer Post.
Explorer
1575.
Post. Thank you. There we
go. But again, I love that too.
Yeah.
But yes.
Give them a little credit.
Yeah.
So we have. I thought I saw Senator Friedman there, and I know Senator Barrett was here earlier. Michelle's Representative Sicolo, I know, was probably there, and she may drop by to say hello to us. And Ken Gordon, the representative that represents Precinct 6 in Lexington, and he's from Bedford. He was here earlier, too. See, here's his Patriot Pat right here.
Yep.
There we go. I knew he was coming.
6 times Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. How can he hold those hands up with so many rings?
Oh.
Yeah. I think Chucky's trying to get him for an interview.
You know, I'd love to know how many people actually play Pat the Patriot, or is it just one person who has that job for a while? What a fun job to have.
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Chuck. There's Chuck there with Pat Patriot. Yep. We got him? I think we're going to go back to the parade. I think, oh, there he is. Hold on.
Big things in store this year. Listen, we are so grateful you're here with us today. The true Minuteman of all time.
They're under the
Thank you.
direction of Justin Aramati and Garrett Wallace.
Okay, here we have the Lions Club, and then this year's Lexington Lions Club White Hat recipient, Bob Burbage, with his family in the car.
Congratulations to him.
Yep. Oh, it's it's a competitive thing, and now having watched it, not having received it, but then being part of the decision-making process, it's hard. A lot of good people have been nominated for this. And there he is right there, Bob Burbage, the 2023 recipient of the Lions Club White Tricorn hat.
What an honor. Oh, being driven by Peter Kelly, his car.
That's right. Peter and I think Beverly, too. Or Beverly might be in a car behind, but sometimes Beverly drives. And Beverly's a white hat winner, too.
Yes, she is, yeah.
So, and that's right there, Fran Ludwig, the winner of the Minuteman Kane Award for 2023. And we're looking at the Youth Award winners now.
So exciting for them. And now coming up is the Lexington Climate Action Network.
Daughters of American Revolution first here.
Oh, sorry. Look.
Okay. The Lexington Battle Green Society, I think you were mentioning them.
Yes, the Climate Action Network. So they're working to address, climate change and, issues like that in our community.
I think this what we're looking at here, the Middlesex County Volunteer Fife and Drums. So we have the Middlesex Volunteers right here, and right behind we have the Middlesex Sheriff's Department.
And the Sheriff's Office of the Honor Guard is one of the most visible units within the Middlesex County's Sheriff's Department. The Honor Guard represents the office at funerals and in other solemn events, including memorial services and dedications.
The sheriff, Peter Katusian, is a personal friend of mine, and I'll tell you, he's just really a nice fellow.
Yeah.
He's been doing this job for a long time now, and, I think he's made a lot of changes over there. Very, very positive changes. We're looking at one of the floats now, and this is actually sponsored by Michelson Shoes. There's a lot of color to this. I'm looking to see if it's an award winner.
Michelson Shoes.
Yep, Michelson Shoes sponsors this. And this is the Lexington Girl Scouts in their float. See, they're honoring some spectacular women. I didn't see on the banners who they were, but I think it's wonderful because, again, the Girl Scouts, the Girl Scouts are just an extraordinary organization. I mean, every young child should go through an experience scouting. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts. It's just something that everyone should experience.
And you know that the Girl Scouts have proudly been collaborating with the Lex See Her to identify women to honor them here in Lexington. So the Girl Scouts have been collaborating extensively, and I think that's another exciting thing for the Girl Scouts to be proud of.
Right, with Lex See Her, you know,
Yeah.
they're going to be unveiling the new monument. I don't know how soon it is, but they're working on it. They're about halfway through. It's going to come by. It'll be a permanent monument here in Lexington. So I tip my hat to Jesse Steigerwald and the entire team of folks who are working with Lex See Her.
I agree.
Now we're looking at the Boy Scouts. And I know there are a lot of troops. If I start naming numbers like Troop 160 and others, I mean, I think it's Troop 160 that puts on the pancake breakfast at St. Bridget's every year, and that, again, an extraordinary job. I was down there this morning, and they work hard serving. I mean, the room was jammed and the line was out the door. So.
It's such a wonderful tradition here in Lexington, the pancake breakfast. And I'd also like to thank, Troop 160 who volunteers at the holiday lighting. And they hand out cookies and hot chocolate to everyone that comes to that. So
yeah, I forget. I don't necessarily forget about it, but it's great. It's good of you to point that out because we often think, that their volunteer ends, here.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It goes on all the time.
Yes.
Right. And I've enjoyed some of that hot chocolate.
Me too.
So this is the Immaculate Heart of Mary School Band. When they come by, we'll take a listen to them for a little while. We welcome them here.
And the band is placed first in nearly 50 competitive parades marching around New England and New York. It's really quite a band.
Well, they certainly are welcome here. They do a wonderful job. Oh, and here's the 1919, I guess it's a Ford, but that's the Michelson's family.
Yes.
Their company was founded in 1919, which is why they drive that. It's driven by Eric Michelson. Jerry Michelson's the passenger in the vehicle, and I think that's Noah in the back seat. But the company was founded in 1919, so this vehicle was manufactured in 1919. They do a nice job driving it around.
Yeah.
And we have the Ancient and Honorable Association here. They're really here every year. I mean, they march and parades all over. Behind the Ancient and Honorable, we have the Navy Band. That's sponsored by Keiko, Weissman, and Colasante, the law firm here in Lexington. Yep, the Navy Band right here.
The Navy Band is based on board the Naval Station in Newport and is one of the 11 official U.S. Navy bands worldwide.
Well, I mean, all of these military bands do so let's listen to them.
Okay. And Jim, just to, again, when companies are sponsoring, just to give them another shout out, Keiko, Weissman, and Colasante is really just a firm that is thriving and growing, and they're a full-service family firm.
Oh, they work hard. They're active in the Chamber of Commerce, and they really engage in the community.
Yes.
They really are. And Peter Keiko and I have become good friends, and he's and his son Corey, and just everybody over there, just great people.
Well, and I'm in real estate, and my very first deal, Anne Marie Colasanti was the attorney on it, and
Nice.
she's just amazing.
We just saw the Concord Minutemen, smaller unit, but we're glad to have them. I'm glad they took the time to come out in this rainy day to join us here in Lexington. And this is the 250th. So I guess that was Wilson's Farm promoting the 250th anniversary of the that's coming up in 2 years. So right now we're looking at the New Liberty Jazz Band. They're brought on to us, sponsored by Chase Plumbing. Let's listen to them. We love them here. We love having them here.
They performed in front of Fenway Park on opening day.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
love jazz.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know they've been coming to this parade for years.
And look at the streets; it's really full.
It's filling up across Lexington. They're the folks that have sort of identified walking paths throughout town, identifiable with their little blue signs. You can see them as you go through conservation land. And then you have the stewards of, like people who's, the stewards of conservation.
Protecting the trees. And
Yep.
Welcome to the Greenways Corridor Committee. They were appointed in 2011 by the Select Board to develop pedestrian, bicycle, and other greenway corridors connecting town open space. They are responsible for creating, expanding, and maintaining across Lexington the Rip Abrams Memorial Trail.
Looks like we got the Hastings bike train coming through.
What a great organization, founded in 2021 to promote kids riding their bikes to school and riding as a unit.
That's going to be difficult, riding and holding onto that sign.
Yeah.
We'll always like to see the young kids involved.
I know. And all our elementary schools are in these residential neighborhoods, but kudos to them at Hastings for getting that biking to school program.
Yep, this is the Boston Windjammers.
With the goal of creating public awareness and interest in music and history, the American Community Band parading down Main Street is a national symbol. The Boston Windjammers.
You can hear the Windjammers playing behind us, but now we're looking at Mahoney's Garden Center. They always have a float. Look how beautiful it is with the flowers. They always have a float for us in the parade.
Even as a young child, I love seeing these floats at parades. They're so beautiful. And here comes the Indian Americans of a Lexington Association.
They've been serving Lexington for decades, and they make a big difference here. Lots of members of the Indian community are now elected to town meeting, and they're making a difference with the cultural experience. I know they have the Holy Festival coming up, which is the Festival of Colors. That's coming up, I want to say, in May, up on Hastings Park.
And they promote programs in the high school, and mobilize volunteers for all sorts of various events.
I think this might be the Patriots say equestrians, minis on parade. That's how they call them. This is this is sponsored by Marquee Tree Service.
Thank you so much to them.
Little plug for Marquee. They do great work.
They do great work. They've actually done all the work on my property, and again, just
thanks to
great
Marquee Tree Service
Here's a bit
for
of
being a
trivia.
sponsor in this year's parade.
John Marquis,
Here
who
we
owns the
have
company, his
Minnie.
mom is Lorraine Marquis, was the longtime chair of the Lexington Town Celebrations Committee. We'll tip our hat to Lorraine. She worked so hard. I love her dearly. She's a really great person. And this is the Bedford Minutemen Company, I believe. No, it looks like Sudbury. But a couple of these are a little bit out of order, but that's fine. So it's Sudbury Ancient Fife and Drum Company.
Here we have the
My
Sudbury
apologies.
Ancient Fife and Drum
Sponsored by
Company.
Lexington Pediatric
Formed in
Implant Center.
1964, the Sudbury Ancient Fife and Drum Company is a teaching corps for ages 10 and up based in Sudbury, Massachusetts. The company plays fife and drum music from the colonial period to modern day. During the summer,
So many of these.
Longfellows, Wayside,
I don't know if you look on to any of the musters they have around here.
featuring more than 20 corps from New England and beyond.
It's nice to see the
Here
scouts
we
and
have a
volunteers
unit
that come out and hold
sponsored
these
by
banners. They march
Community
in the
Endowment
parade.
of Lexington.
It's hard to get
And it
volunteers
is
to
Bedford
hold
Minuteman
the
Company.
banners. So anybody listening out there, if you've got kids or grandkids, send them down,
This unit
and we'll
was
get them
organized
busy in the parade. We'll have
1964
sponsorship.
with the goal of keeping our colonial heritage
Now,
alive
is this the Bedford
and
Minutemen?
honoring the Bedford flag, the oldest
believe
known
this is the Bedford Minutemen.
battle
I'm having a hard
flag
time
in the
seeing the
United
sign.
States. The
But I think
company
we're looking at the
also
Bedford Minutemen.
participates in ceremonies, parades, and educational activities. They have the annual Liberty Pole capping, commemorating Liberty poles raised in defiance to the crown by colonists. The company celebrates the ideals and actions of the original Bedford Minuteman and bear constant witness to the power and strength of regular citizens united in common cause.
Here we go. Here's the trend and motion hip hop dance. You know, they were established in 2012, and they're a diverse dance troupe who express themselves in freedom and movement to hip hop, Afro-Caribbean, and Latin rhythms.
Well, they're sure having fun.
And they're wearing my favorite color, pink.
They're having a lot of fun up there.
Yes. You know, they actually perform at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts and
Dance from many countries, preserving the art and beauty of
live parades throughout the city.
Wow, look at that. I think if I did that, I'd fall over. You'd have to pick me up off the street.
If I did that, my kids would be so mad at me. I think this coat alone is.
Oh, no.
But
No,
it is exciting.
your jacket
to
is
see.
perfect today. I love it.
Thanks.
No, we're glad to have them. Trend in motion. That's what they're called. And I guess we do have some. Looks like we do have the
Clydesdale.
The Clydesdales. Yeah, that's sponsored by Wilson Farm.
When I was a small child, we were in Newton at a parade with my grandparents, and I saw these horses for the first time and fell in love. So beautiful.
Sponsorship are the Clydesdales.
And they're so regal, you know. They're
Yeah.
just and you stand when you stand near them, like look at the people standing. They just tower over people. I'd hate to have to feed them.
Look at hair, their moves, so beautiful.
The next unit is sponsored by Lexington's Alan Bogosian Electric. Thank you, Alan Bogosian. The Waltham American Legion Band.
The Waltham American Legion Band here. They've been playing for years and years. The Joe Hill American Legion Band. They're sponsored by Alan Bogosian Electric, another company that's been serving Lexington for a lot of years.
And again, another wonderful sponsor of the Holiday Lighting Committee.
Really?
Yes, they did all the holiday lighting this year.
Von Bogosian, I should say the late Von Bogosian, was a good friend of my dad's. You know, he was always around doing things close town. We're looking at the wagon wheel float, and does it say first place? First place for the wagon wheel float. How exciting is that?
So beautiful.
Congratulations to Nick. I saw Nick Candalonga Sr. this morning.
Miss Massachusetts, here we go. Annika Sharma.
Yep. Last year I got to go on the parade with Miss Massachusetts.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel glamorous?
Here we have Miss Massachusetts, Katrina Kincaid. Welcome. The Miss Massachusetts program stands for education, attracting
I like the car she's riding in. I'll give you that much.
already leaders in their community.
Uncle Sam, the stilt walker, we just caught a good glimpse of him.
Thanks to Lexington, periodontics, and implantology, we have Lexington Goes Purple. Lexington Goes Purple.
I think maybe
is an
it's
awareness and fundraising event.
we can touch base with Chuck on the street.
Yeah, we're gonna
in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll go down to Chuck in a second. We're looking at the Highland Light Scottish Pipe Band in Cape Cod in the background. And tell you, you know, they bring us some culture too. You know, there's nothing like a good bagpipe band. But we're going to Chuck right now. I don't know if Chuck, if you can hear me.
I am right here, Jim, and I'm with Poppy, Charlotte, and you're Poppy. Okay, tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Charlotte. I'm in 6th grade. Scottish Pipe Band. Originally founded in 1978.
What school do you go to?
Highland Light.
I go to SVP.
Oldest pipe band on
I went to Harrington, the old Harrington. Are you excited to be here today? What's your best part about the parade so far?
I really liked, I actually can't say it was all really exciting.
Excited?
Really exciting.
But what was your best part so far?
The Best Bagger Group for being a sponsor.
Yeah, all righty. How about you?
We have Econ Boston.
That's awesome. Did you go to the reenactment today? You did? All right. How did you like that? It was loud. All the muskets. Yeah, it gets that way. Well, listen. We want you to enjoy the rest of the parade. You have fun. I want to thank you very much. You have a great. We got the fire chief coming up behind you. Imagine that. The fire chief's following you. I can't thank you enough. You enjoy the rest of the day. All right. Thank you very much.
50 volunteers, ranging in age from 8
And if we're going to keep rolling, I'll bring Chief Sensimar in. Chief, how are you? Good to see you again today. Listen, we can't thank you enough. What a great job the police and fire do here on this day.
Reusable mask making.
You know, this is a great day for the community. We love doing this. You know, it's a work day, but it's a great day. You know, and probably the last 5
Next
years,
up,
I mean, between the
the
pandemic
Chinese
and all the rain,
American
we haven't even cleaned up for
Association.
those years, right?
They are a
Absolutely. So we're used to
51c3
this. A little bit of rain,
nonprofit
as you look down the aisle,
organization,
you know, the
and has been proudly serving Lexington and its Chinese American community for the past 40 years.
That's okay. Look down. We have a pretty good crowd. Turned out well.
This is still good. It's a show up, and it is.
And they
Everybody
sponsor
comes up.
many
You know,
events
It's a really good day.
New Year celebration.
Nobody's going to stop us.
It's an early day for you guys. Let's face it, you guys are on hand at 4 in the morning.
And a
Yeah, 4
summer
in the morning.
nation concert.
We're up early.
It's 2022.
Reenactment and
The
everything.
Chinese
And then it's just-
American
it's,
Association
just a
of
lot of events, which is
Lexington
nice. Throughout the day.
received the
We have,
Outstanding
the children's
Chinese
parade and the
American
different things, and the
Award
award ceremonies,
by the
the
United
recognitions.
Chinese
It's just a great day for the town.
Congratulations
And it's always
and
great to see a
welcome.
presence of the men and women in uniform here to make sure everybody's safe. And it's really a great day.
Yeah, it is. It's we're having a great time, and maybe next year it'll be a little bit warmer, but we're having a great time.
There you go. I can't thank you enough for stopping by. Thanks, Chief. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.
Jim, Justine, I'm going to go back to you.
Okay, let me get this plug off.
Yay! Very good.
What's happening?
Very, very good.
You gotta tell these guys to keep moving. They keep shutting the parade down.
Wow.
Are you? No, let's see, I can't over there.
For right now, there we are, right there. See, okay.
There we are.
I wanted to welcome Jill Hay here, the chair of the Board of Selectmen. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up, especially for the 250th, and I wanted to take an opportunity to talk. I know that as chairman, I know there's a committee that's been formed to talk about some of the things that are going on. I thought maybe we could.
So I have a limited amount of that because I am not the select board representative
Right.
to that committee. Susie Berry is actually. But we have a Lexington committee. There's also a regional group that is working, and I know our State House delegation is also working very hard to get us some state funding. We've also been talking about trying to increase the federal funding towards this because we recognize that as much as we are very proud as Lexington to be hosting, it's going to really be a celebration for the entire country.
Right. Well, that's great. And so what's been going on in town? I know we just finished Article 34, went through...
Article 33 and Article 34, each
Yep.
of which really were focused on sort of trying to implement some of the goals that we have consistently said in our housing production plans, in our comprehensive plan, the Lexington Next program, that we want to see, which is a diversification of the housing types that we have in Lexington. And that is broadening the style of housing, the attainability of housing. It's allowing for multifamily, it's allowing for two-family, and it's just allowing for a little more creativity in how developments are done in different places around town. So Article 33 was really an overhaul of what has been the special permit residential developments, which are the alternative to conventionals, and that's now called the SRD, special residential developments, because they no longer require a special permit. It's rather by major site plan review.
Right.
And then Article 34, which was the implementation of Lexington's obligation under the state housing choice law, which is, sometimes known by the moniker of the MBTA law, but it really is sort of a misnomer. It doesn't actually have to do with direct MBTA service. It's merely that any community that is within the gambit of MBTA zones has some obligation. The obligations vary based on the type of service that you have.
Right.
So people have sometimes conflated those. But it's very exciting, and we, as the Globe has pointed out several times, we're the first to file. We're
saw that.
as I was saying to someone, we are the first shot in the housing revolution.
I saw that piece on the Globe, and I'll tell you, it was well deserved. Leading the way. As
We
you
are.
guys,
We are. The planning board and the planning staff did remarkable work, I think, in really being creative and thoughtful, looking at, economic development, at housing policy, and at, what the community has said over time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, excellent. Well, we're so glad you could come and join us. Is there anything else? Anybody you want to say hello to? Oh, look at
No, I think this is
look
good.
who's
We
behind
have
us.
some, I have some backup. Excellent.
We've got Joe
All
Pano.
right. We
and
just talked
Doug
about
Vicente.
Article 33 and 34. You guys missed out.
Isn't it a wonderful day?
Yep.
I'm a little jealous of the hot coffee.
Yep. And
Do you guys want to?
Doug's daughter won received the Pat Flynn Award, Outstanding Youth. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Oh,
Jim.
congratulations.
Very happy and proud dad.
Yeah.
Worked hard over the last 4 years of high school, so happy.
Excellent.
Happy her rewards were appreciated.
Yeah. Well, so glad you guys are here. How are you, Joe?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
So she was just telling us about some of the excitement in town meeting, and so
Always exciting.
it's always an exciting
Everyone
time.
should have followed town meeting.
Right.
And everyone should consider running for town meeting.
Right.
7 seats every year in every precinct up for election.
You know, I was a town meeting member for 12 years, and I loved every minute of it. Yes, you just learn so much about the town, and it's exciting to be a part of it.
In a way, it would be nice if it was mandatory that everyone had to do it for a little. You'd appreciate things a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Back in colonial times, it was mandatory.
Oh.
Really?
Fun fact.
Landowners.
Property,
Not for all of us.
Fortunately, we
Sorry.
weren't there.
Yep.
We definitely would have changed that, too.
Right. We were talking a little about the 250th. I see you've got your 250th pin.
Yes.
People can get those out available in generally, or did you have to be a
They
VIP
are
to get
available.
one? They are available. Okay.
If someone wants one, I suggest they reach out to the 250th committee
Right.
through the town's website to get one.
And to learn more about what's going on in the planning of the 250th.
So we have plans underway, and we're trying to work out all the details still.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be some nice surprises and some, be a spectacular parade. But I think, even having some dignitaries from the state and federal level will really attract some population of Lexington. And I think, maybe, who knows, maybe the King of England will show up too. You never know.
Or the Prince, who's
Hey, Prince might show up too.
We'll take the Prince.
Can we quote
Warning
you,
them.
Doug?
That's
on
when
that?
they're successful.
Well, you got to think it's like 1 in the afternoon there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're so glad you guys could stop by. Is there anybody special you want to say hello to before we go back to the parade?
I just want to thank everyone who came out today. And, this was a wonderful Patriots Day. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And everyone who weathered the weather to be here.
Yeah.
Special accolades, because it really was exciting, even though it was drippy.
Right, it was, and it filled in a little bit, but yeah, it's been busy. Now you guys have been here all morning because we were all here at the earlier events, and
everything went off. Every event that we had scheduled.
okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Oh, our pleasure. So we're going to go out to Chuck again on the avenue, and then we'll get back. We'll see some exciting things going on out there. So Chuck, I don't know if Chuck's with me.
Hey, I'm back live on the street, and I have the current president of the Lexington Lions Club, Janet Perry. Janet, welcome.
Congratulations to all.
I know you've been coming here a long time.
Oh, yes, and I want to admit.
How many would you say?
I would say probably 65.
God bless you. So, Janet is the current president of the Lexington Lions Club. I'm going to have her just give us a quick history of the Lions Club, the white tricon hat, and what they do for the community.
So the Lions Club of Lexington has been in existence since 1936, and we are part of what's called Lions Clubs International. We are a service organization. Right now we have about 35 members, and our mission is that we help with eye research and eye care. So one of the things that we do is that we provide glasses for third world countries. So we collect people's old glasses that they're finished with. They might have a new prescription or something like that. And we collect those old glasses. We have a machine that reads the prescription, and then we send them off
off to third world countries.
That's great. As you know, my father was a past president of the Lexington Lions Club, so the Lions Club is near and dear to me.
Right, exactly.
So tell us just very quickly, the white tricon
now,
hat.
very exciting, it's Chris Cross the Juggler. He has been performing since 1984, from California to the United Kingdom and a lot of places in between, and today in Lexington. He has performed at Quincy Market, the Big E, and many other major fairs, parades, and events over the years. Welcome, Chris Cross the Juggler.
Outstanding in the community, who does a lot, who gives a lot back to the community, and just, you know, gives a lot of time and effort to the community. So our latest winner was Bob Burbridge, who I have known since elementary school.
He's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Great guy.
The next unit is sponsored by Arlex Oil Corporation.
That's great.
Thank
I
you,
can't thank
Arlex.
you enough for stopping by here today. We're going to go back to Jim and Justine, but I do have some members of the William Diamond Juniors. All right, I don't know. I got the William Diamond Juniors.
Okay, we're back. I'm trying to figure out. We're here with Representative Michelle Sokol. Thank you for dropping by.
My pleasure. What a great day.
It really is a bit. Well, you know it is. Even with the rain, it's a great day. I mean, what
The
could be
rain
worse?
is not putting a damper on it for me. I think it's
Yeah.
one of the most inspirational days in our community where we all come together, and it is always so much fun. To see the groups that are active in town, it's terrific.
I agree, Michelle. We were just talking about all the performers, but then on top of it, all the sponsors. And
Right.
it is, I think it's just my favorite day in Lexington.
And so many volunteers. It takes an
Yes.
awful lot to put this on, and when you see how spectacular it is, you really have to appreciate all the work that goes on behind the scenes, right?
Right, exactly.
Especially by the DPW and the police and fire and our celebrations committee. It's pretty amazing.
And LexMedia.
And LexMedia.
Yes,
LexMedia, they do such
absolutely.
a great job. Yeah, they work so hard at this. We can see, they can't see it. You can see up there all the producers and directors we have here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So, but at any rate, we're glad to that you stopped by. Anything exciting? What kind of exciting things are going on in your world?
Oh, it's a really busy time up at the State House.
Is it?
We just had, the budget was delivered on Wednesday to the House, and amendments were due Friday, and next week we debate the budget for a full week. So it'll be late nights and long hours, and we'll see if we can get the best budget we can. I'm trying to get some more money for tourism in the 250th because we're going to need it since that's 2 years away.
I know you've all worked very hard on that, and we thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. It's a group effort. It's a team effort.
Well, thank you so much.
I know.
We're going to send it back down to Brother Chuck. You know my brother Chuck.
I do.
He has a diamond band going down there. I guess I'm not
All
sure
right.
if he's talking with him or not, but that's what they're telling us. So
Thank you so much.
Rest of the day.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Jim and Justine, how fortunate we now. I have members of the William Diamond Juniors drum corps with us today. Tell us your names. Nancy? Andy? Amelia? Connor. Well, it's great to have you here today. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we had William Diamond's 5th generation granddaughter here today at the reenactment today. Join us here in Lexington. Tell us a little bit about the drum corps and how you get involved.
We go around, we've gone to places all over the country, I guess. And we perform, and just have a great time.
Thanks to
Last
more
summer,
homes
we
for
got
being
to
in
go
the
to
parade.
Switzerland, just as we were invited, and we had a great time there. And, well, we've been just having fun. Amelia, here's a piper. I'm a bass drummer.
You're a piper. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I actually joined when I was 9. I have my fife here today. And
There's the
yeah, the
cycling
group is
Murrays.
fantastic. It's
Here
all
they
about
are.
coming together as a community and
Give a
playing our
round of
music.
applause.
That's great. Are you from Lexington?
Yeah. I actually live right up the street.
Where do you go to school?
I go to school at Lexington High School.
Yeah, Lexington High.
That's awesome. And how about you? Are you both from Lexington too?
Thanks
Are you
so
in the
much
corps or
to
are you
Season
just?
4 for being a sponsor in this year's parade.
You don't get to
And they are sponsoring Destination Imagination.
A higher
Lexington
level. I have my
Destination
own drum pad,
Imagination
and I
is a
practice
local
playing songs on the
chapter
drum.
of Global
I bet you can't wait to be out there.
Imagination.
How about
It
you?
is a STEM, science, technology, arts and math.
Kind of
Base
curriculum
challenge,
works is
whose
first you get a
purpose is
plastic
to
fight,
encourage
and
and
then
promote kids to develop
you
their
learn your
talents
songs, and
in
then you
various
test for a wooden
aspects.
fight.
This
Once you
year,
get a wooden fight, you just
several
learn more and more
Lexington team
songs.
members
That's
won
great.
first,
Well, listen, I can't thank you
and
all
third
enough for being
place
here, and
at
I
the
can't wait
state
to see you playing the
championship.
drum out there in a couple of years.
Congratulations.
All right? Awesome. Jim, Justine, we're going back to you.
Okay, we're back from Chuck. Now, we're really excited. We saw the cycling Murrays go by there. We've been trying to talk with some of our elected officials, too, so.
I really appreciate them coming by. It's just great to hear what's coming up in the future.
This looks like the Grooversity Brazilian Drum Band. It's sponsored by C.D. Donahue, Chuck Donahue. Pretty cool.
What an incredible parade today. Just really everything has gone off seamless.
And it says something here about pickleball league. I've heard so much about pickleball.
Me too. Do you know how to play?
I have no clue, but I
Me either.
saw somebody playing pickleball. The guy who used to get angry and throw his rackets around.
McEnroe. John McEnroe.
Yeah, he was playing pickleball.
It has really taken off. I think in so many ways.
Mm-hmm. This is, it says Lex Fund Field and Garden Club is mixed in there as well. And we have the new Magnolia Jazz Band is what we're looking at here.
You know, just a comment about Lex Fund. What an amazing organization for people with children. I believe it's 5 and under.
That's what Fund is, 5 and under network, yeah.
Yes, just puts on so many, all volunteers, puts on so many programs throughout the year for families.
Well, they've been around for years. They were originally the Lexington Preschool PTA.
I was, back in the day, I joined it and I ran the puppet show. But again, it just does all these little, and it's a great way to meet people.
So they're a great group of volunteers. It is a good group, a good way to meet people.
Yep.
I agree with you. And they do so much work.
Yeah.
And we at the newspaper, at the Lexington Times, we try to support them as much as we can.
Well, they really, and they just, again, this year were another sponsor of the holiday lighting.
Mm-hmm.
They gave out, I think, blinking reindeer hats.
Oh, that's right. They did. They went fast, too. This is Tony Barry's band, and it's sponsored by John P. Carroll. John himself, a white tricorn hat winner.
Yes.
The Tony Barry band, I think, has been coming around a long time. It looks like we're getting close to the end of the parade.
Yes.
Here we have the Tony Berry Band. They've been marching in parades around New England since 1949, playing all your favorite patriotic and military tunes. Happy birthday to the Saints for marching in.
And coming up behind the Tony Barry band, it says we're going to be looking at the Suburbanettes twirl team. Yes, we are. Out of Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Bright green uniforms, or what do you call them uniforms? Outfits.
Yeah, outfit. No,
Outfits.
Costumes.
Costumes,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
all of the above works. One of my favorite, I love the twirl teams. This studio was started in 1969 by Maureen Dunn.
Really? Well, what a spectacular job they're doing. And they add a little color, too, on an otherwise dreary day.
Yep. They traveled to Walt Disney World for in 2022 for competitions, and they were even in the ESPN Worldwide Sports Complex, winning 2 international championships.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, well, congratulations to them.
This jazz puts me in such a happy mood.
I know it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are we looking at the Hot Tamales?
I think that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
The Hot Tamales band. And then we have the members of the Massachusetts Masons. They said Shriners here, but I think they're from the I think it's the Massachusetts Grand Lodge of Masons. There's a lodge here in Lexington, the Simon W. Robertson Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they always bring their little toys with them.
I love them.
I don't understand. I don't know how they turn those things around. And sometimes they have motorcycles with them and all that. But here they have the little Aleppo trucks. I want one of those, just to drive around town in.
I want the green one.
Yep. Of course, the Shriners do so much. The Shriners burn centers and all of that. The work they do is extraordinary, and they have touched the lives of literally hundreds of thousands of people.
Just such an honorable.
Yep, and this
community.
is just, they have a little bit of fun here, but I'll tell you, their work is very serious.
Yes, I know.
And they provide services to people for no cost, and it's just an amazing thing. They work hard all year round to raise money, and they're in parades, and I don't know where they find the time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But don't you think I'd look good diving down the avenue in one of those?
Yes, you would. I think you do need one to just get around town to all the events you cover.
Well, here we go
There
with the
we
Shriners.
go.
This is the Shriners. They're
Yes.
also, the Shriners, the Aleppo Shriners are
Yeah.
part of the Massachusetts Masons.
Yeah.
And they have that great facility up there in Wilmington where they have all kinds of public events. The Shriners Auditorium. Now it says combat veterans on motorcycles. Do we see motorcycles? I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to wing a couple of these because I'm not sure who we're looking at right there. Ragtop Motor Unit. Oh, they're still part of the Aleppo Shriners. Okay.
Yes.
I always enjoyed the Arabian Nights when they would come through, with the shoes and the.
Yeah. And they used to have a motorcycle, or I'm sure
Yep.
on certain days and certain parades they can do the motorcycle acts.
And they go around and they spin around each other.
I know. Again, something I couldn't do.
Yep, waiting for somebody to bump into somebody. So we're still looking at the Shriners.
So grateful that they come to this parade year after year and support Lexington, and in turn, we
Yep.
can support them.
I remember the year Lexington's own Jeffrey Hodgson was the Grand Master. When you're the Grand Master of the lodge, in the Massachusetts Masons, that makes you the third most powerful Mason in the entire country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. In the Western Hemisphere, you're the number one Mason when you're the head of the Grand Lodge in Massachusetts. It was a job that was once held by Paul Revere.
Wow.
Is that a mini pickup truck?
Yeah. Trying to read the
Steve
the
Dalrymple. I don't think I'd fit inside that.
Yes, you would.
Now we have some of the Aleppo clowns. They're always a lot of fun.
Oh, I know.
I think Chucky would be a good Aleppo clown.
Can he hear us?
I don't know if he can hear us.
He would certainly enjoy this.
No, there's no doubt.
No. I'm really enjoying this. I'm just kind of lost right now in the moment watching everybody.
Yep. There's a guy going on the little two-wheeler. You see him there?
Yes.
I don't know how they do that. I would fall over.
What is that called? I'm blanking. I want to call it a.
Well, I know you're talking about the guy that was going to change the world. Remember?
Right, yes.
But they kind of went to the wayside.
Yeah.
But now I see the two-wheelers. I see people buzzing around the city in these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. But.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess we're going to get ready to go to Chuck in a couple of seconds.
Yep. Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm fortunate to have, who do I have here? I'm Joey-O the Clown. Welcome to Lexington.
I love it here.
Don't you guys come every year?
We do all the time.
Great presence with the Shriners and the Aleppo. We can't thank you folks enough for what you do.
Thank you. We love it. Hey, you guys know the circus coming next week. You all should come.
You hear that, Lexington? The circus is in town, and we want everyone to go. Look at these guys. These guys are great. How many years have you been coming?
I don't know, 20 or 30 probably.
That's all. We can't thank you enough.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck next week at the circus.
Thank you.
Jim and Justine, back to you.
Thank you so much. Chuck's down there clowning around. I think he's what do you call it? Auditioning. He's auditioning for a role with the Shriners.
Look at them go.
This is a blast.
Who wouldn't want to do that? I actually don't blame Chuck.
It's like a life-size big wheel. I'd like to have that. I want everything. I want one of everything.
I think you do.
Oh, my God. My father could hear me saying, I want. He goes, you want everything.
Yes, but you work hard for everything. That is something he would be very proud of, and I mean that with all sincerity. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's really been an honor to sit here with you today, Jim.
Oh, no,
I appreciate it.
The pleasure is all mine.
Wow.
And we're great. It's so good to have Chuck on the street, though. I mean, he really adds a whole dimension, having that person out there, being able to engage people as they walk up and walk by.
I think so, too. It really helps people at home, get a good feel and learn more. And
yeah,
it's a great addition.
Now, it says something. I'm not sure if the motorcycle, the combat vets and motorcycles, they're actually sponsored by Genesis HR Solutions. They're supposed to be coming by, but I'm not sure. I don't necessarily see them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens behind the Shriners. Yeah, this is like we got one. This one's almost in the books. And I have to say, I want to take a second to thank LexMedia, the Town Celebrations Committee. They do an extraordinary job. But the people here at LexMedia, they work so hard. I'm a volunteer. You're a volunteer. We come together. We sit in the chair, but we just show up and sit in the chair.
I agree.
These guys have it all set out. They have it all mapped out for us. They make our jobs look easy. But, we've got folks here that have been working on this for literally months, just getting ready for this day.
I agree. They're working more than 8-hour days, and it's really special to be part of this. So I agree. Thank you, LexMedia, for everything that you do to put on events like this for the community.
Yep, they do a great job. I'm proud to be associated with them. So we got more Aleppo Shriner stuff. No, here are the veterans on the motorcycles. I knew they were coming up. I knew they wouldn't let us down.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad we could get that interview with the clown down there. I'm talking about not the guy with the makeup, but the other one. I think his name is Chuck. I'm sorry. I can't get over it. No. So
be careful. He will pay you back one day.
Oh, he will.
No, he's been fantastic. And
yep. So we're looking at combat vets on motorcycles right here, sponsored by Genesis HR Solutions. They were hobbyists. They're a group of hobbyist motorcyclists, and they, I think they've been in our parade before. And then we got the fire department and the police, and that's somewhat signifies the end of the parade. We're going to go up to Chuck one more time on the avenue. And we're going to say hi to Chuck again right now.
Hey, Jim, Justine, I just want to say what a great day it was today. I'm glad we got some great interviews on the street. It's a great addition this year, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And I look forward to coming back next year. It was a great parade, and I can't thank you folks enough for inviting me back. See you next year. God bless America, everybody.
We're back. Well, thank you, Chuck. This is a good opportunity once again to thank Chuck for coming down. He sat in last year, and, a star was born, We had to keep him around. He was too good.
He was great. He sat down and was subbing in for you, and he's like, Justine, it's all you. And it really wasn't. It was Chuck. He did a great job last year, and today it was fantastic to have him be the new star on the street.
And you're awesome. And it's nice of you to come down. Last year was your first year, and you were a little nervous. And this year, look at you. You come back, you're a pro.
Thank you. You make it easy, but it's been a pleasure. I'm honored to be able to co-host with you, and it was so much fun. And again, I just really appreciate all the efforts of LexMedia and the town and all the sponsors.
Well, thanks for pointing that out. I mean, like I said before, these folks do a fantastic job. The Town Celebrations Committee, the sponsors, again, we can't do it without the sponsors, and we thank them, and we hope people will support them in their businesses. We've just seen the end of the parade, so we want to welcome, not welcome, but thank everybody at home for joining us today. I think we had a lot more people watching from home than usual, and I hope they liked our broadcast, and I hope they liked the addition of the person on the street. Kind of made it, Chuck's role, and it made it not a different broadcast, but it really brought something out. You can really get the feeling of what they're doing down there on the street. So.
Absolutely.
So we thank them, and we thank everybody here. I think that's about it. So we want to thank again everybody for joining us today. Thank everybody who helped put on this parade. I'm so appreciative that the real rain held off.
Me too. And happy Patriots Day 2023.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jim.
Love doing it.
Thank you.